Baik, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zaki Taufiqurrahman. So I will explain the results of my analysis of the poem The More Loving One by W.H. Auden. So there will be three parts in this video. The first is physical, namely the physical of the poem The More Loving One. After that, there is lexical. In lexical, there is an explanation of the meaning and beauty of the poem. And lastly, we have acoustic. In acoustic material, we will discuss poetry readings such as rhyme, rhythm from the More Living One poem. Before we get into the first part, let's watch carefully when I read the poem The More Loving One. The More Loving One by W.H. Auden. Looking up at the stars, I know quite well that for all they care, I can go to hell. But on earth, indifference is the least we have to dread from man or beast. How should we like it were stars to burn with a passion for us we could not return? If equal affection cannot be, let the more loving one be me. Admirer as I think I am, of stars that do not give a damn. I cannot now I see them say, I miss one terribly all day. Where's all stars to disappear or die? I should learn to look at an empty sky and feel its total dark sublime. Though this might take me a little time. Okay, thank you for listening to my poem reading. Then we will move on the first material, namely physical. In the physical material, there is a history significance, themes, explanation from me about the poem, The More Loving One, and finally a summary. Alright, the poem The More Loving One was written by Winston Hughes Auden, better known as W.H. Auden 1957. This is a poem about unrequited love. Auden, as an English writer, playwright, and poet, is best known today for his poetry. Much of his early poetry reflects the political conflicts he encountered in the different regions of the world he traveled to. Later, his poetry will better reflect religious and spiritual elements. Alright, the first in physical, we have historical significance. As previously stated, this poem was written in 1957. After Auden's more political poetry was written, Auden would write other poems with the motive of unrequited love, but this is perhaps his most famous poem. Many critics believe that Auden knows unrequited love very well. The poet bravely married while still in Europe. His wife Erika Mann, daughter of German writer Thomas Mann, married Auden to escape Nazi Germany. Once he was safe in England, the couple divorced. Auden eventually moved to the United States and became a citizen in 1958. He won the Pulitzer Prize for his future life poem, The Age of Anxiety. After moving to the United States, Auden met and fell in love with the love of his life, fellow poet Chester Coleman. Although homosexual relationships were quite taboo at the time, the couple lived openly. Eventually, Auden returned to Europe as his health began to deteriorate. and on September 20, 29, 29 100 1973. He died at his home in Vienna, Austria, at the age of 66, and after his death, Auden bequeathed all of his possessions to Coleman. Alright, the second material in physical is themes, the more loving one themes, the pain and beauty of unrequited love. The more loving one, speaker Auden reflects that although love often disappoints, it's still worth it. By personifying the stars as distant and indifferent lovers, the speaker decides that even if the stars don't pay attention to the speaker will continue to love the stars, at least for a while. Unrequited, imperfect, temporary, or painful love, according to this poem, is better than no love at all. Looking at the stars, the speaker is sure that they are not looking back an image that hints at the pain of unrequited love. The stars are a traditional metaphor for true lovers. Their steady sign evokes fidelity, their beauty, the beauty of lovers' face. See Romeo and Juliet or Keats' Bright Star, for two famous examples among many others. However, to the speaker of this poem, the stars seem completely unconcerned. For all they care about, the speaker says, I can go to hell. If the stars represent to beloved, then it is the beloved who cares nothing about the speaker, and the speaker has no illusions about it. However, the speaker reflects this isn't the worst possible situation. It's better to love something that doesn't love you back than to be the object of a passion that you can return if equal affection cannot. That is if the speaker the it that is if the speaker and the loved one cannot feel the same way about each other, and it is much better to be the more loving one person than the indifferent party. This statement shows that experiencing love, even an unrequited love, is a good thing in itself. Being loved by someone you can love back, the speaker observes, is simply uncomfortable. Loving someone who can love you, on the other hand, can be as rewarding as painful. The stars may be indifferent, but they are still beautiful. The speaker further suggested that unrequited love might also be worth enduring because no matter what the story says, love doesn't last forever. Even the most intense admirers of the stars can learn to embrace total darks, total darkness, if all stars disappear or die. In the other words, the speaker knows that their unrequited love isn't permanent or strong, and that they can get over it. Talk as they not, this might take a little time. The idea that love is fading may feel a little deflated, same it may feel comfortable. Love in this speaker's vision is not all as expect. It's often marked by a unequal affection, and it's not at all as constant as the stars. This point, lovers get over their broken hearts slowly but surely. All these imperfection, however, do not mean that they are not worthy of the burden of loving. Alright, the next we will move to explanation by me about the poem. The more loving one is an order to love, This is a story for unrequited love. The first stanza tells us about an idol star who feels nothing or for the speaker. However, that's not the worst that could happen. Accepting nothing is better than receiving it. So, the speaker asserts in the second stanza that they will choose to love despite this. After all, love is never the same. And if a person is able to do so, why does he not love as deeply as he can? At that, at the same time, the poem is a story about the recipients of our love change over time. In the third stanza, the speaker begins to realize that even though they once had a great love for the star, that love is starting to fade. And in the last stanza, the speaker contemplates what will happen if the subject of their love leaves. They argue that even if someone heart is broken once, they can always learn to love again. That the speaker will learn to appreciate something in a completely different way, but still love with the same deep. I found myself craving a feeling the first time I read it. It felt as if Auden captured the emotion of a lifetime in 16 short lines. He tells the story of selflessness, a story that tells of endless love, even if one does not have love back. It makes me sad, makes me wonder that if everyone loved me more openly. But we become afraid to love because it means vulnerability. It means we can get hurt and we are afraid that other people will hurt us. But love breeds love and we must choose to love will all of our creatures. Auden has written to manifesto a love that I will love forever. However, Ode is more than just romantic or platonic love. The more loving one is an ode to human love, of the human innate, innate ability to show for love for things it cannot. It is our ability to love nature and food, love poetry and art. It is our love of science and knowledge to understand the world because there is beauty in it too. If there ever was a spell for what it means to be human, it's probably this rhyme. This is the only part of the verse that I have ever admired, and I'm happy to share it with all of you guys. Alright, the last material is summaries of the more loving one. The more loving one is a poem in which an extended metaphor is used to describe the feelings of the speaker, who is a victim of unrequited love. Auden used the metaphor of an extended star to represent a lover who doesn't feel the same way for his pursuer. The speaker admits that the stars don't care, but that doesn't stop him from admiring them. Moreover, he also knew that if his stars disappeared, he would be able to forget his feelings for them after some times. Uh, well, I will uh, explain the complete summaries like this. The speaker looking up at the night sky observes that the stars don't care one bit about humanity but really consider the speaker. Indifference is anyone's smallest problem in this world. Would it be unpleasant, said the speaker, if the stars loved mankind so much, but mankind could not love the stars back? No. If you can love each other, the speaker prefers the one who love more deeply. Although the speaker talk that they like the indifferent stars, however, that the speaker saw them, they didn't think that they could say that they miss a single one in particular during the day. If every star disappears or burns out, the speaker will find out a way appreciate the beauty of completely dark night sky. Though it may take a while time. Mm. Though it may take a while. Well, the next material is lexical material. In lexical material, we will discuss the meanings content in the poem The More Loving One and the beauties that exist in the poem. In lexical, there are two submaterials. Yeah, the first one is analysis of literary device, and the number two is the meaning of each stanza. So we will move to the first submaterial, analysis of literary device used in The More Loving One. Literary tools help writers make their poetic outputs stylish, unique, and meaningful. The analysis of the device used in this beautiful poem is as follows. They have a ache in the analysis of the device used in this beautiful poem. The first one, we have assonance. Assonance is the repetition of vowel sounds in the same line as the sound E, E and O in How Should We Like a Burning Star, and again the sound E and E in We Should Be Afraid of Humans or Animals. Yeah, like that from the assonance. The second one, we have to alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of a consonant sound in the same line as the T and he. Sound in though this may happen. Yeah, in sound like that, though this may happen. Move to number three. We have consonant. A consonant is the repetition of a consonant sound in the same line, such as the R sound in Do All the Stars Disappear or Die, and the T sound in But on Earth Indifference is the least. Yeah, like that. And from consonant, I hope you all understood until here. The number 4, we have enjambment. It is defined as a talk in a verse that doesn't end at a line break. Instead, it rolls over to the next time. I'm sorry, it rolls over to the next line. As an example, admire as I think of stars that do not give a damn. I cannot now I see them say, I miss one terribly all day. Yes, from the enjambment, it's defined as a talk in a verse that doesn't end at a line break. So the number 5, we have imagery. Imagery is similes are used to make readers understand things that involve their five senses. W.H. Auden has used imagery in his poem, such as How should we like a burning star? Do all stars disappear or die? And we should fear humans or animals. Yeah, the three example such as W.H. Auden has used imagery in his poem. And number 6, we have metaphor. Metaphor is a figure of speech in which an implied comparison is made between different objects in nature. The poet has used the star as an extended metaphor just to show how one side love makes the man stand at the point where he faces disappointment. Number 7, we have rhetorical question. Rhetorical question are questions that are not asked for an answer. It was only put forward to clarify the point. W.H. Auden has asked rhetorical question in the second stanza of the poem that emphasize points such as with passion for us we can go back. Yeah, like that. So the last one we have symbolism. Symbolism use symbols to signify ideas and qualities, giving them a symbolic meaning that is different from the literal meaning. The poem displays from such as love, disappointment, and one side's joy to show the careless attitude of his lover. Yeah, that's a symbolism to signify ideas and qualities. Oh, alright, we have moved. The second submaterials is meaning and meaninglessness. Starting at the start, the speakers of the more loving one takes an unusually poetic perspective on heaven. For all they care about, said the speaker, I could go to hell. The stars poem suggests the don't direct people's destiny as they traditionally say. However, the fact that the universe is indifferent to humanity does doesn't mean that humanity can or should be indifferent to the universe. People, the poem suggests, are constantly looking for ways to see the world as grand and wondrous, even as old ideas about the meaning of life fade. The first stanza, we move to the second stanza. The stars don't care about this will look even them with love. The speaker said an idea that goes against many old literary and religious tradition in which the stars represent the path of fate or the protective guidance of the gods. Yet, even if the universe is inherently meaningless, alert, or caring, the speaker finds it worthwhile to be the more loving one, to see beauty and meaning in the stars despite the fact that the stars don't loving back lonely. Sorry, that the stars don't look back lovingly. The third stanza. In this case, the speaker continues, it is possible to find beauty in a world without stars, seeing the total darkness of the night sky as majestic and not a frightening blank. This image shows an attempt to find meaning in the world even when old ideas about meaning fade away. For example, through a loss of faith, it may take a little time to learn to see a new kind of beauty in the sky without the old familiar guiding stars, suggests the speaker, but it's not impossible. The last stanza is stanza 4, the fourth stanza. Through image of seeing the one rose and Rachel, the beauty in indifferent stars or even more indifferent darkness, the poem shows that being human means finding or making meaning in the world, even if even if the world doesn't offer much encouragement as a return. Well, we have come to the last material, that is acoustic. Last but not least, this video is about acoustic. Acoustic is the last discussion in this video. In the acoustic material, I will explain about the analysis of the poem and rhythm. of the poem the morphing one. So we have two submaterial in this material of acoustic. The first one, analysis of the poetic device used in the morphing one. Poetic and literary device are the same, but some are used only in poetry. Here is an analysis of some of the poetic device used in this poem. We have three. Number one is diction and tune, and number three is poetry scheme, and the last we have stanza. The first one is diction and tune. This poem shows simple diction but has a serious tune. And the second one, poetry scheme. The poem shows the EEBB rhyme scheme in its four stanza. In the next stanza, we are not allowed to use EEBB anymore. It must be different, like CC, BB, EE, FF, GG, HH, like that. But don't get hung up on that because it is a different theater. The meaning of rhyme remains the same. So we have that is have a same meaning, just the different theater. The last one we have a stanza. A stanza is a form of poetry of several lines. There are 4 stanzas in this poem with 4 lines each. Alright, we move to rhythm. The rhythm of the more loving one. The first stanza, majority rhythm is a stroke hike because the beginning is high note, like the first line is looking up at the stars. I know quite well. From my analysis, the first line have 5 feet, so the name is pentameter trochaic. So the second lines, pentameter iambic. The name is pentameter iambic because it's a beginning from low note and have 5 feet, like that. For all they care, I can go to hell. So yeah, more and less like that. But the second lines, but on earth indifference is the least. Disease have 4 feet, so the name is tetrameter trochaic, and the beginning is high note. But on earth indifference is the least. Yeah. The 4 lines is tetrameter trochaic, same. Tetrameter trochaic have 4 feet. The beginning is high note. We have to dream from man or beast. Yeah. Okay. We move to the second stanza. The second stanza is it's a balance, I guess. The first line in stanza 2, from my analysis, is tetrameter trochaic plus 1 because have 4 feet and plus 1. How should we light it where stars to burn. Yeah, like that, guys. The second is pentameter trochaic plus 1. So we have 5 feet and plus 1 high note, and the beginning is high note with a passion for us. We could not return. Yeah. The third lines in two stanza, that is tetrameter iambic. So I guess the beginning is low note. If equal affection cannot be. Yeah. If equal affection cannot be. Nah. So the last lines, the 4 lines in stanza 2, the name is tetrameter iambic, because have 4 feet. The beginning is from low note. Let the more loving one be me. Yeah. So I guess the first is tetrameter trochaic plus 1, and the second is pentameter trochaic plus 1, and the third is tetrameter iambic, and the lastly is tetrameter iambic. So that's from the 2 stanza, and we move to the third stanza. The first have a 3 meter iambic plus 0, because the beginning is low notes. Admirer as I think I am. Yeah. Okay. Next is tetrameter iambic. Tetrameter iambic, and so I guess this is so long because have a 4 feet tetrameter iambic of stars that do not give a damn. Yeah. Okay. We move to the third is tetrameter trochaic, because it's a high note. I cannot. Now I see them say. Yeah. Okay, lastly, thermometer trochaic plus 1. From my analysis is I miss one terribly all day. Yeah. Okay. The last stanza is fourth stanza is we have tetrameter trochaic, pentameter trochaic, tetrameter trochaic, and tetrameter trochaic. I will reciting to you guys where all stars to disappear or die. Yeah, tetrameter trochaic. The name is tetrameter trochaic. Okay, next is pentameter trochaic. I should learn to look and empty sky. Yeah, pentameter trochaic. And the third is tetrameter trochaic. Okay, and feel its total dark supply. Yeah, tetrameter trochaic have 4 feet, so the name is tetrameter trochaic. The last lines in 4 stanza is tetrameter trochaic 2, like this. talk this mic take me a little time. Yeah, tetrameter track hike. Okay, so in the poem The Morphing One by W.H. Auden, in my opinion, it is better to read in a sad atmosphere like the one I read earlier. The deep voice deepening the reading of the poem, and the meaning in the poem make us get the sad vibes in the poem The More Loving One. If that's an explanation of my analysis, I'm sorry if I have the wrong pronunciation in explaining, and more or less I apologize. I thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys can get information from me. Comment below to discuss and share information with each other. I'm Muhammad Zaki. Thanks a bunch.